Hi again, friends. I just want to do a follow-up on the ALF card video that I posted. Like I mentioned, it certainly wasn't the first card collection. Sorry, it was the first card collection, but it certainly wasn't the last that I collected. Now, another one that I really dearly loved was actually a follow-up the next year, also by Topps. It was called Dinosaurs Attack. Now, it was I have the top card here. Dinosaurs Attack. Now, this was a follow-up apparently to a popular card set they had, which was Mars Attacks, where it basically showed scenes of like Martians attacking the Earth, and there's kind of a storyline that you learned throughout the card series. I never saw that one. It probably wouldn't have interested me anyway, but as a kid, dinosaurs were the best thing ever, so I definitely took a look at this one. Now, what you can kind of gather from the title card, this was the picture that was on the front of the collectible package too. There's blood pouring out of the earth, like the dinosaurs causing so much blood from humans that it's coming out of the earth. This was a very appealing to me as a child. This was '88, so I guess I would have been 9 years old when these cards came out. Anyways, they certainly made an impression, and inside of the packages, it was even better. Now, to this day, I don't know what I would pay to get my hands on some of the original pictures of these things, but I'm going to give you a little taste here of exactly how amazing these cards were and why they made such an impact on me when I was a kid. They had a little synopsis card that had a little checklist on the back. Now you can see that I haven't checked any of these off because I bought this set later in my life. I never found my original cards. I never got a complete set of the original cards. It was just too much to buy. But later on in my life, with the advent of things like eBay, I could certainly connect with people that had access to these types of cards, and I bought a full set of them when I saw them online one day, and I remember going through them again, and I was just amazed at how great, even better than I remembered them, honestly. So I'm going to share some with you right now. I made a selection here of some cards. So I'll give you an example here. It starts off pretty gory, like here's card number 5, Homeroom Horror. It shows a dinosaur breaking into homeroom and eating kids. So that's hilarious, and I loved that kind of stuff when I was a kid. Now on the back they had kind of like pseudo news articles and stuff of like what the world is experiencing when these dinosaurs are coming back to life was the whole premise of this thing, and they were horribly violent. Even the plant-eating ones were just monsters. Like I'll show you this one here. Heartland Horror. We have like an ankylosaurus eating, looks like a horse. See the horse's spine there. Now, everyone knows that these guys are plant eaters, but it's just hilarious. You see like pterodactyls carrying off like cows, and that farmer is like getting his guts punched out by the ankylosaurus's tail. These cards are amazing. Here's another one. This shows like what would happen to the president, the DC Holocaust. And it shows like presumably the president getting carried off by a pterodactyl and his wife being eaten, and like Secret Service. The White House is on fire for some reason. So these are like things that they would never have in movies. I honestly don't know how they could sell such graphic. They would never get away with this today, selling such graphic cards to kids. Like this one made a big impression on me when I was a kid. Police precinct assaulted. You can see there like he's getting his eye popped out by a stegosaurus. And see the stegosaurus is cutting another police officer in half, which is again ludicrous, but it's hilarious. Now I have some cards here that the next few are my absolute favorites of the whole set. They had various locales, from around the world getting destroyed. Here is one of, this one's close to my favorite one. A Lady in Distress, and it shows a giant, like, I guess, plesiosaur, and he's like breaking the Statue of Liberty like in half while there's like helicopters shooting him and stuff. This is amazing. Like this is like 50s B movie, like imagined. And again, I don't know how much I would pay for original prints of this stuff. Like I would absolutely love to get my hands on it if I could. Another great one, Coasting to Calamity, and you can see there like a roller coaster, and they're going right in his mouth. It's hilarious. I love, like, I would love to just talk to the people that made this set and like the storyboarding they did of like all of these amazing things that they were going to put in this card set. Here's another great one, which is like horribly graphic. lunch break, and it shows two, I believe those are pachycephalosaurs, like peeling open the top of a bus and like eating kids. Like you can see them holding like kids and eating them. It's crazy. And another great one, this is a great image too, the perfect wave. And it shows a surfer catching the wave, and there's really a big dinosaur. See, he's happy. He thinks he's on a big wave. There's a dinosaur under him. And just, you know, like they had, just like in the 50s, they had like screaming people in the foreground, you know, just to show like the close-up of the face and terror. And I love it. I love it. And this is probably my favorite card, just because it's so absurdly perfect. And you know the guys were just laughing their asses off when they made this. But Nuptial Nightmare, and it has like a bride and a groom both impaled on a Triceratops' horn. Like I would pay thousands of dollars for this original print if I could. It's so amazing. And like on the back they have like a wedding reception and it's like covered in blood. You know, like just these are hilarious. Like I could not have made anything better than these. Just like the Alf ones, they had stickers. And surprisingly, the stickers were not gory at all. Like it was just things like, oh, there's a Tracheodon, Triceratops, you know, and like, yeah, there's a bit of blood, you know, like there's the T-Rex, a bit of blood, but they're nowhere near the level of gore in the cards. And the only explanation I could think of was maybe because they knew kids would be sticking these around, the parents would see these ones for sure, but they might not see the card ones, so they might not freak out so much if they saw these sticker versions. There's an Allosaurus with a businessman. His head cut off. That's just a theory of mine. I have no idea. But I was definitely very fortunate enough to be able to find this set on eBay, and it actually goes for pretty reasonable prices too. But I really would advise getting your hands on this for sure. But yeah, again, that original artwork I would love to just plaster my walls with these horrible, grisly images. And yeah, I find it hilarious that they were marketing it to, you know, like myself, I was 9 years old and thought these were the greatest things in the world. And it's just so funny to think how that would never fly today at all. So yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. So if you can, definitely get your hands on this set. When Dinosaurs Attack. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, right at the end, this whole thing started, excuse me, I'm spitting myself here. This whole thing started as an experiment in space, and they were kind of alluding to this scientific experiment of some kind. So they managed to get, like, you can't let them win, and like to turn back time, and all the dinosaurs shot back into history, and you can see they're like ripped out of time, and like skull. And I had a really great thing of like Time Twister, going all the way from 1998 all the way back to Jurassic, whatever. And like I really didn't understand the plot at all, but it's like there was this giant like demon guy who's like the dinosaur god, and like the scientist that engineered the whole thing, like for some reason had to like sacrifice himself. I don't understand the plot at all. It was kind of stupid. But like here's the dinosaur demon god, supreme evil. Anyways, those really didn't make a giant impact, and I always felt cheated when I got something like this in a pack. It's like, it's a space station, like it's stupid, but yeah, those other hilarious cards certainly made up for it. So yeah, I definitely recommend the set, and I had a great time collecting when I was a kid.